Hello everyone, my name is Deep Bhaumik and welcome back to our channel Physics and Math Geeks. In this video, I have brought for all of you a problem based on finding out the center of mass. So, for this problem I have a rod. It is of length L. In this rod, the density is not the same everywhere. The distribution of the density is given by rho is equals rho 0 by x plus 2 whole square, where rho is the density, rho 0 is a constant, and x is the distance to be measured from the origin, the leftmost part of the rod, as we move from left to right along the rod. So as always, I urge you to pause the video and give it a try, and when you are ready, you can continue with this video to see how this problem can be solved. So now let me approach this problem. Before I do this problem, let me apply some common sense. So this was the rod. This is the origin from where the x has to be measured. X is to be measured as we move from left to right, and this is the total length of the rod. Now here the density of the rod varies as we move from left to right by the following equation: rho is equals rho 0 by x plus 2 whole square, where rho 0 is a constant and x is to be measured as we move from left to right. So at the leftmost point where the x will be equals 0, your density will be given by rho is equals rho 0 by 0 plus 2 whole square is equals rho 0 by 4, and as we move from left to right, your x increases, and as your x will increase, since you can see rho is inversely proportional to x plus 2 squared, your rho will decrease. So as x increases, your rho decreases. So at the left end of the rod, a large amount of mass is concentrated as compared to the right end of the rod. So as more mass is towards the left end of the rod, your center of mass shifts from the center to this point, which is towards the left end of the rod. So this was some common sense. This common sense is actually required to check the answer which you will get through calculations. Now before I do the calculations, let me go back to the basics. So suppose I have a coordinate system x, y, z, in which I have considered some point masses. So here I have a system of point masses m1, m2, m3, m4 dot 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 dot. Let r1 vector, r2 vector, r3 vector, r4 vector, and so on be the position vectors of the point masses m1, m2, m3 and m4. Then in that case, the position vector of the center of mass of this point mass system will be given by m1 r1 vector plus m2 r2 vector plus m3 r3 vector plus dot 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 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus dot 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 dot. So in this way we can find out the center of mass of this point mass system with respect to this coordinate system. Always remember, for finding out the center of mass, we always require to define a coordinate system. Now suppose I have a continuous mass system, okay, and I want to find out its center of mass. In this case also you have to first define a coordinate system of our convenience. So this is the coordinate system which I have chosen in this case. So now in this case you can consider this continuous mass system to be made up of a large amount of small masses, each having mass dm and a distance vector or position vector r vector. Then in that case, the position of the center of mass will be given by dm r vector in this pattern in the numerator which we had derived for the point mass, dm r vector. Now this continuous mass is made up of a large number of dm which are at different r vectors. So we have to add them all up. So for that we will use integration. So integration of dm r vector divided by the m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus dot 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 for the point mass system was the total mass of the system. In this case, the total mass will be the mass of this continuous object, let it be capital M. So your RCOM vector will be equals integration of dm r vector divided by capital M, the total mass of the system. So these are the basics which we required before we try to solve this problem. Now let us start with solving this problem. So let me again draw this rod for you. Now, since it's a continuous mass system, so according to the second approach, let me consider at a distance x from the origin a small portion of the rod dx. Now, since this is a part of the rod, it will have some mass. Let that mass be dm. Now, what will be the mass dm of the small portion of the rod? It will be equals the mass per unit length, that is our density. Density is given by rho. Rho into the length of this small portion, that is dx. Let me substitute the value of rho. It will be rho 0 by x plus 2 whole square dx. So this is the expression for dm. Now we know the center of mass RCOM vector, it is given by integration of dm r vector by capital M, where capital M is the total mass of the rod. But in this case, I can break the RCOM vector into three components. One along the x-axis, this is my x-axis in this case, this is my y-axis, and this is my z-axis. So along the x-axis, let the coordinates of the center of mass be x, so it will be given by integration of dmx by capital M. Similarly, the y coordinates of the center of mass can be given by integration of dmy by capital M, and the z coordinates, similarly, it can be given by integration of dmz by capital M. Now, if you look at this rod is concentrated along the x-axis only. So the center of mass will be along the rod, which is also along the x-axis. So the center of mass will not lie along the y-axis as well as the z-axis. So the y coordinates of the center of mass will be equal 0, and similarly the z coordinates of the center of mass will be also 0. So this question is solved if I am able to solve the value of the x coordinate of the center of mass. So therefore, by formula which I have written out here, our x coordinate of the center of mass is equals integration of dmx by capital M. So in this case, I know the value of dm. Let me substitute it out here. Integration of x into rho 0 by x plus 2 whole square times dx divided by, now what is capital M? For the rod which was in the question, I didn't give any total mass of the rod. It was not mentioned. This was not mentioned in the question. So what can I do now? For this, I had taken a small portion of the rod dx which has some mass dm. Now if I integrate all such small portions of the rod together, I will get the total rod. And similarly, if I integrate all such small masses of the rod which together form the rod, I will get the total mass of the rod. So your capital M will be equals integration of dm. So I can write in place of capital M integration of dm. So it is equals, now rho 0 is a constant, so it can be removed. Integration of x by x plus 2 whole square dx divided by integration of dm. We can put the value of dm. Again, rho 0 is a constant, so I can remove it. So it's integration of 1 by x plus 2 whole squared dx. So now, to find out the center of mass, I have to solve two integrations. Let me give you the limits of both the integrations as well. Our rod, it originates from the origin and it ends at the coordinates l, 0, since it is along the x-axis. So similarly, our limits for integration will be from 0 to capital L. Similarly, in this case also, the limits will be from 0 to capital L. So now let me solve these two integrations separately. That is, integration from 0 to L of x by x plus 2 whole square dx and integration of 1 by x plus 2 whole square dx from 0 to L. So I have to do the integration separately for both of them, and then I will put it in this expression. So now let me solve these two integrals. They are very important for finding out the location of the center of mass. So let's start with this integral. This is a complex one as compared to the integral on the right side. So for that, let me use the technique of integration by substitution. Let me substitute x plus 2 with z. Then in that case, my x becomes z minus 2 and if I integrate on both sides with respect to dx, it will be equals 1. So this will give me dx is equals dz. So therefore my integration now becomes integration after substitution. It will become x will become z minus 2 divided by x plus 2 was z, so z squared times dz. So let me solve this integral. I am not writing the limits, so it will become z by z square minus 2 by z square. I am splitting it times dz, so this will give a cancellation, so it's integration of 1 by z minus 2 by z square dz. So this will be equals now integration of 1 by z dz minus integration of 2 by z square dz. Now let me write the limits. For x, the limits were from 0 to L. Now what is z? Z is x plus 2. So for x plus 2, your limits will be from 2 to L plus 2. So therefore for z, the limits will be from 2 to L plus 2. So this was a rough work which we required to find out the limits for z. So your limits will be starting from 2 and ending at L plus 2. Similarly, in this case also, your limits will start at 2 and end at L plus 2. So let me do the integration. Integration of 1 by z is ln of z. So ln of z from the limits are from 2 to L plus 2 minus integration 2 will be a constant, so it will come outside. Integration of 1 by z square with respect to dz is minus of 1 by z, limits are from 2 to L plus 2. So this will be equals now ln of L plus 2 minus ln of 2. I know now ln of a minus ln of b is ln of a by b. So I can directly write L plus 2 divided by 2 minus, let me bring the minus outside, so it will be plus of 2 times 1 by L plus 2 minus 1 by 2. So it will be equals now ln of L plus 2 divided by 2 plus 2 times L plus 2 minus of 1. So now let me simplify it further. After further simplification, it becomes 2 minus of L minus of 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled away, so it's minus of L by L plus 2, and this will be equals now ln of L plus 2 divided by 2 minus of L by L plus 2. So this is the final answer for this integration. You can see it now. This is the final answer for the integration. So now let's move on to the second integration, that is 1 by x plus 2 whole square dx. What will you do? We will be using the same technique. This time also your z will be equals x plus 2. So let me do the direct substitution. I am not going to assume anything anymore. So it will be 1 by z squared dz, and the limits will be as I calculated from 2 to L plus 2. So it will be equals now integration of 1 by z square with respect to z is minus of 1 by z. It will start from 2 and end at L plus 2. So I can now directly write 1 by 2 minus 1 by L plus 2. This implies I can write L by 2 minus of 2 divided by 2 times L plus 2. 2 gets cancelled, it's equals L by 2 times L plus 2. So these are the two integrals which we required to find out. So by performing these two integrations, now I have got the values for both of them. Let me write the values. Now let me substitute this in the expressions. So row 0 can be cancelled out, so it will be equals ln of L plus 2 divided by 2 minus of L by L plus 2 divided by L by 2 times L plus 2. So this is the location of the center of mass for this non-uniform rod. So this gives me the center of mass of this non-uniform rod. Now let me validate this calculation. Let my L be equals 1 meter, and let me put this in this equation. So my answer was for XCOM, it was equals ln of L plus 2 divided by 2 minus of L by L plus 2 divided by L by 2 times L plus 2. So I have said that let L be equals 1 meter. Then in that case it will become ln times 1 plus 2 divided by 2 minus of 1 by 1 plus 2 divided by 1 by 2 times 1 plus 2. So this will be equals now ln of 3 by 2 minus 1 by 3 divided by 1 by 6. Let me simplify this expression a little bit. So this is the x center of mass. Now let me evaluate this with a calculator. Put this value in the calculator. So it's 6 times ln of 3 by 2 minus of 2, and it will be equals approximately 0.433, which is less than 0.5, where the midpoint of the rod is present. And as I had conjectured, the center of mass shift towards the left. This distance is 0.433 meters, provided the length of the rod is L is equals 1 meter. So this shows that the derivation of the x coordinate of the center of mass is a correct one. So this was the problem which I brought for all of you. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel for the latest videos, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.